eyes of all people. But those citizens, in turn, will be able to see far over the surrounding lowlands. At a glance, they will see rich plains stretching in every direction. They will seek dominion over those plains and their scattered inhabitants, whether through purchase and treaties or confiscation and war. Beyond the plain, they will find oceans to harvest and traverse. They will meet enemies on the seas, and to defeat those enemies, they will build a navy. In faraway ports, they will find wealth and wonders, but also double-dealing and cruelty, arousing their appetite and greed, but also their conscience and charity. And in mixing with the world, they will become part of the world. Yet, they shall still think of themselves as a city upon a hill. So it is that America's encounter with the world has always been stamped with ambivalence about the nature and even the necessity of that encounter. It is an ambivalence that has often been overcome because the temptation was too great, as it was with the war with Mexico, or because the danger was too great, as it was during the Cold War. But the ambivalence has never been erased. Nearly 240 years after our birth, we Americans haven't quite made up our minds about what we think of the rest of the world. Every now and then, we're tempted to return to our imaginary city, raise the gate, and leave others to their devices. It says something about the politics of our time that I have no idea whether the reader who wrote me that letter is a Republican or a Democrat, a Tea Party activist, or a lifelong subscriber to Mother Jones. This is new. Until recently, the view that we should not be the world's policeman was held mainly on the political left. Yes, the view also found a home on the fringes of the right, particularly among small government libertarians and latter-day Father Coughlins such as Pat Buchanan. But it was typically the left that wanted America out of Southeast Asia, Central America, the Middle East, even Europe. And it was usually the left that made the case for a reduced role for the United States in global politics and for a radical rebalancing of spending priorities from guns to butter. The case for America out is still common on the left, but now it's being made from within the mainstream of the conservative movement. Many things account for this change, including the deep mistrust, sometimes slipping to paranoia, of the Obama administration's foreign policy aims. Many conservatives have also conceded the argument that the wars they once ardently supported in Iraq and Afghanistan were historic mistakes, and that imbroglios in Central Asia, Eastern Europe, or the South China Sea are other people's problems, best kept at arm's length. The upshot is that there is a new foreign policy divide in the United States cutting across traditional partisan and ideological divides. It's no longer a story of mostly Republican hawks versus mostly Democratic doves. Now it's an argument between neo-isolationists and internationalists, between those who think the United States is badly overextended in the world and needs to be doing a lot less of everything, both for its own and the rest of the world's good, and those who believe in Pax Americana, a world in which the economic, diplomatic, and military might of the United States provides the global buffer between civilization and barbarism. Some readers of this book will reject these categories. They will note that there are vast differences between liberal and conservative internationalists, between, say, Samantha Power, President Obama's ambassador to the United Nations, and John Bolton, her predecessor in that job under George W. Bush. Or they will claim that the term neo-isolationist is a slur on people who really should be thought of as non-interventionists or simply realists. They will point out that labels often do more to cloud thinking than to clarify it. They're right, up to a point. But labels also capture emotional reflexes, ideological leanings, and tendencies of thought that in turn help predict policy preferences and political behavior.